Hey guys, welcome back. So now for the fun part, I'm actually going to try on and model all of my new panties. So you see I've got my little stack of nice freshly sewn up panties here, all 10 of them. There were definitely some clear favorites for me. All of them fit me pretty well, and I'm glad that I did sew up the side seams and try them on, because there were a couple that I had to just kind of bring in a bit on the side seams. And there is one in particular that I ended up kind of messing up the side seams, and I'll show you that and kind of tell you more about that in the voiceover. But there's a wide variety of how these actually look on a body. Like the cuts for the waistline are all over the place. The leg hole cuts are really various. And I think that's something that not a lot of people think about with their favorite panties. Like, what sort of cut do you actually like to wear? What sort of style looks best on you, is most comfortable, works well with the clothes that you're wearing. So for me, I prefer kind of a lower cut, and I mean the leg cut, I guess I don't really have a clear preference on that. The waistline is really kind of the most important thing for me. I also noticed that I didn't make the best choices with some of my fabric. So for instance, I used a pretty drapey jersey that does not have great recovery, and I can already tell it's not fitting very well, and the Pico elastic isn't the greatest quality as well. It doesn't have great recovery, and so I can already feel them stretching out after like one very brief wear. So if I do make those again, I'll have to choose a better fabric and better elastic for that. And maybe people don't realize that, you know, elastics themselves can come in different qualities, and unfortunately some of the elastics that I used weren't really the best quality. I could feel that, like, as I stretched them out, if I wanted to apply some tension on the panties, it didn't really snap back as I wanted it to, and some of them I found were like superstars, and now I'm kind of frantically digging through my past elastic orders to figure out where did I get these from, because I want more. I never want to be without them. If I had to pick a clear favorite, I mean, it's tough to say because I'm so happy to have just kind of a fresh batch of panties to wear. In terms of the styles that I like to wear, I really like the Celeste panties by Olulu. It's definitely the lowest cut with the waistline of any of the other panties that I tried. The one bummer is this is the one where I messed up the side seams, and so for this I'm going to make alterations directly to the pattern. I also could have fixed this in the moment if I had not applied the fold over elastic already. So essentially you can see that these side seams don't match up correctly, which makes sense. I was taking a lot out of the side seams to make it fit more snugly. I should have trimmed that edge then so that they would meet, you know, and actually line up correctly. But I figured I'd already put the elastic on, and I didn't feel like cutting off that part and applying new elastic to just that new part. We can kind of blame my own laziness for the fact that that looks terrible, but I really want to make a bunch more of these specifically again, so those will not look terrible in the future. Another pair that I really enjoyed was the Acacia panties by Megan Nielsen. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised because Megan Nielsen, she's a really well-known indie pattern designer. Obviously this is just a free pattern, but still the fit and kind of the shaping of it, it's going to be hard to tell from here, but there's like a subtle curve on the back side that, you know, just ends up looking really nice on my butt, I think. It's not the lowest cut, and it still has pretty good coverage of your backside. You know, they're comfy, but they're not frumpy. It's really, and especially like this fabric that I chose, it just ended up being a very good, comfortable, everyday kind of panty. So I'm looking forward to sewing up more of these as well. It's a great basic. Another one that I really ended up liking was the Lady Shorts by Cloth Habit. So this is the one, if you remember, that has kind of a front and back seam rather than side seams, but just something about the hipster shape. It has kind of low cut leg holes, a low-ish waist. I just thought it was a really flattering cut, really comfortable. The only thing that was a bit weird about this one on me is the crotch ended up very narrow, which was a bit uncomfortable for me. There were other patterns where the crotch ended up really wide on me. Like, it's, you know, it's a delicate place. I guess it's a weird balance to get right. And, you know, something that works for me is not going to work for you, so just keep that in mind. Another really nice basic, I mean, this is definitely getting into more coverage and kind of a higher cut, but this is the pants pattern from Sozo. Just, you know, really basic, really comfortable. It's kind of not too big, not too revealing, very straightforward, works really well, ended up really comfortable. I chose a good fabric for it as well. And then for the high-waisted ones, I found that I really preferred the Noel panties by Madeline Intimates. They're a bit lower rise than the Maxine panties, which I found was a comfortable place for it to hit on me. And also the leg holes were cut much lower. They practically feel like shorts. I mean, obviously they are still underwear, but yeah, just something about the cut, I like this a lot more. I think with the Maxine, if I were to lower the rise a bit, then it would hit in a more comfortable spot for me. I'm going to be showing you what the new panties that I've sewn up, what they look like on my actual body. First up, we've got the Be Bashful Bikinis by At First Blush Patterns. I really like the shape of these. You can see it has kind of a high leg cut, which gives it really an interesting detail as opposed to some of the other patterns out there. They fit well, have pretty decent coverage, and yeah, they're really cute. Next up is the pants pattern by Sozo. These just turned out really well. I like the shape. It's got a bit more coverage, you can see, kind of a low leg cut, but yeah, these just turned out really comfortable. I like, they're a great basic. So these are the hipster panties by Make Bra, and you can see now we're getting even more coverage, but I do like the shape of them. It's kind of a higher waist cut than I would have liked, but I like how the leg holes fit, and you know, it gives kind of a nice shape to my booty too. I'm happy about that. These are the Stevie Knickers by Paper Theory. Yeah, so kind of a low cut. I don't know, there's not really too much special to say about these. They're just a really great basic shape, some good coverage around the back too. Yeah, there's not really anything bad to say about these. I just like how they turned out. So these are the Celeste panties by Oh Lulu, and you can see on the side seam there, that's where I messed up, where I had to take in the side seams, so they don't actually match up well. And these were definitely the lowest cut of all of the panties, but I really like how they turned out, and I will definitely be making more. So here are the Rosy Lady Shorts by Cloth Habit. I really like the shape of these, so it's kind of a hipster, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's just kind of a nice cut. You see it kind of dips down in the front a little bit. This one has a front and a back seam instead of side seams, and yeah, I don't know, I really like how the result came out. These are the Acacia panties by Megan Nielsen Patterns. So I talked about how these had kind of a gentle shaping around the back, and so here you can see that. Yeah, I just really like how these turned out. It's a nice basic. It's kind of not too skimpy, not too full coverage either. It's a nice in-between. Okay, and so now on to the high-waisted pairs. This is the Maxine panties by Evie Lalou. And you can see on me, these come up over my belly button, but I do like the shape of the legs. It's a bit higher than the other pairs. It actually makes for really cute sleep underwear, so that's how I've been wearing them lately. And now these are the Noel panties by Madeline Intimates, and you can see these have a lower rise and also a lower leg hole too. So earlier I said it's kind of like shorts, and yeah, you can kind of see that. But yeah, I like how these turned out a lot. I think I prefer the Noel over the Maxine. And here's the thong version, which I will keep this clip as short as possible because these are very revealing, as you can see. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this series about going through these different free panties patterns. I hope it has inspired you to go out and try them for yourself, and really kind of give you a feel for how they're different from each other and inspire you to kind of pick the one that you like the best and just go for it. Remember, if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you're going to make any of these, or which one was your favorite, or if you've tried any of them before, or if there's a pattern that I didn't go through that you think I would really enjoy. Definitely let me know, because I love discovering new patterns. And who knows, maybe I'll make another series if there are enough free patterns out there. Definitely don't forget to subscribe, then you'll find out whenever I publish a new video or a new crazy series going through lots of free patterns. And I hope to see you next time. Bye guys!